Where are we, Keg?
We should know you drove here, but we are at Stirling Old Town Jail.
We are, and we're pretty excited about this one.
Mm-hmm.
We love jails.
We like jail.
We like jails. We were here a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you were.
That's it, yes.
I was busy doing some other footage, drone footage, at the time, and you got taken around and given the history. And
Yeah, I was. It was good.
yeah, so we're going to go and watch that now, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to investigate.
Let's do this.
Let's hope it's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go.
Okay, guys, let's do this.
Hello, my name is David McLeod. I am the historian, lead actor and creative director of the Stirling Old Town Jail. The Old Town Jail, the new detention barracks as it was known when it was first built in 1847, is a reaction against genuine horror. The toll booth, the building with the Dutch clock tower just facing our jail across the street, is now a theatre and an art centre, a place of fun and entertainment. But back in 1842, it was declared by the British government for the second time as the worst jail in Britain. In there, you could have found as many as 20 or 30 prisoners in cells not much larger than the ones we've got in here, roughly the size of a large domestic flat toilet. It was overcrowded. The prisoners had to beg through the bars for food and water until 1820, and it was a threat to public health. In 1832, it's poop seeping from the cell floors into the public water supply in the marketplace just next door led to a cholera epidemic that killed about a sixth of the town. Wow. So this was a reaction against this, built on the principles of education and rehabilitation. In we come here. There we are. Welcome to jail.
Excellent.
Now, just in ahead.
In here?
Now, I mentioned in the toll booth you could have found as many as 20 or 30 prisoners. In here, the cells were roughly the same size, but they were a little better positioned. There was only one present in a cell.
Oh, cool.
Just one in a cell.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll show you this room just now. When they renovated the building in the 1990s, the middle floors became office spaces. This should be 2 rooms. You can see where the central wall would be.
Yeah.
This is the size of a prison cell during the Reform era.
Wow.
1 prisoner, 1 cell. No contact at all with any other prisoners. This was what was known as the separate system. If they couldn't read and write, the guards taught them, 1-to-1 in their cells. If male prisoners didn't have a trade, they'd be trained in one by their guards in net making, rope making, handloom weaving or cobbling. And they were paid a penny a day for their labour to help reinforce that work ethic. The one downside of that system, of course, is people weren't used to isolation. Most people, if you think about it, at that period, poor people particularly, were living with their extended families in flats, accommodation not much larger than this room. Overcrowding was something they were used to. Yeah. And the design of the building also had an effect. There would be 10 big windows on each side, and 2/3 of that original roof were 2.5-inch thick plate glass.
Wow.
Too thick to see through, too cloudy, but it let the light in. Sun rises over there, passes over the jail, and sets on the other side of the building. So during the day, even on a dreich, to use a good Scottish word for grey, grim and unpleasant, day like today, this place was lit up like a light bulb during the day. And at night, on each floor, in each wing, they would put a couple of either large candles or oil lamps. You'll see at just at the top of that little area, there would be a little vent so the smoke of the soot could gather. that light is reflecting against the facing wall and reflecting back. So half a dozen oil lamps of decent power. At night, this whole jail is illuminated.
Wow.
And everyone can be seen from this peculiar object behind you.
Oh,
You didn't notice that?
I didn't.
This should be an interesting night for you then. This is a panopticon, all-seeing. Now, they had these in the gladiatorial quarters for the gladiators in ancient Rome, so that the overseer could see into each gladiator's chamber and into the area where they should be practicing their combat skills, to make sure they weren't getting up to no good or slacking on the job. Yeah. The only time they're out of the cell is 30 minutes. A bell would ring every 30 minutes after breakfast was served, and prisoners individually would be taken to one of the 2 exercise yards on either side of the observation tower here.
Right.
They would empty their chamber pot in one bucket, refill their water jug from the other. Let's hope nobody got that confused and spoiled everybody's day. And while the guard promenaded on this little platform here, they would march up and down. Wasn't so much for exercise, it's more for fresh air. And some people think it's a little bit cruel bringing them up here so they could see the outside world. That's not very common in a jail. But look at that view. That, in the hope of the reformers, was to give them hope that if they played by the rules, if they learned their lessons and served their sentence, that's what they could return to.
Yeah.
And look at that.
I know.
That is absolutely stunning.
Isn't it just?
And also, for those who didn't learn the error of their ways, these very fine houses were currently being built when this jail first opened, and they could see all the windows in the roof, little points of access. Not that they would have been allowed up on this ledge. This is entirely for the guard. But again, that's contact, and this is the point in the day where, if they wanted to, they could talk, they could chat. We have had various groups of ghost hunters claiming that there's an unpleasant presence here, that somebody's jumped. Not a case. In the whole history of this jail, there were 9 attempted suicides, only 2 of which were successful. And that's both people who were expecting to be taken to Glasgow or to Perth to be hanged.
Right.
I'm glad to say nobody was hanged in Stirling in the whole time that this was a jail. Last hanging in Stirling is 1842. An 84-year-old farmer named Alan Mayer who'd beaten his wife to death with a walking stick because he said she was consorting with soldier boys.
Oh.
She was 87.
Oh, wow.
Either he's delusional or she's a game old girl.
Yeah.
And his ghost is said to haunt the toll booth just across the street.
Ah.
Mind your step coming out.
Thank you.
This chamber, I'll speak slightly quieter in here to avoid the echo. This chamber was originally a debtor's prison. Unlike most debtors' prisons, debtors in Stirling weren't kept in jail while their friends, their families and their associates managed to settle their bills. They were allowed to go home at night. That wasn't a kindness, that was Stirling Council at the time being incredibly tight-fisted. They didn't want to pay to feed them. They had a fireplace to make tea. The little hooks for the urn are still on the outside of the fireplace there. But they weren't allowed to stay. They had the public embarrassment of having to come to the jail gate at dawn to be seen by everyone else going to work, and then leaving at night when everyone else was returning home. So debtors' prisons are more about shame. They're not criminal prisoners at all. The army took over this jail in 1888. They had no use of this room as a debtor's prison. They used it for a very different purpose. This is the venereal disease clinic for the Scottish regiments from 1888 until 1935.
Oh, right.
This is an interesting room. Well, it's interesting to me, but I'm a historian. Oops, a daisy.
Yeah.
Now, From your own perspective, as someone seeking spirits or seeking something other than what we consider as normalcy, do you sense anything in here?
No, I don't pick up on anything anyway, but I think he seems more interesting because it's darker than anywhere else. So.
When the army blew the roof off, all the plaster on these walls that you saw upstairs fell off.
Right.
And the place fell very quickly into ruination. We've left 2 cells untouched so that people can see what the building was like before it was restored as a visitor attraction and as office space. Now, this has got a fireplace. Odd thing to give a convict, especially when you've got the little panels for the heating and ventilation, the back wall and above the door, just there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the central heated air was constantly circulating around the jail. Why do you think this has a fireplace?
I don't know, somebody that was a bit more precious than everybody else? Or
I wouldn't say, in fact, quite the opposite, because this was intended to be the condemned cell.
Oh.
But as I mentioned earlier, the last person to be condemned to die by the courts in Stirling, we would occasionally look after prisoners from Perth and from Glasgow if they were running short of space. We had a small town, so we quite often had room. The last hanging in Stirling is 5 years before this opened. As a town jail, there were no executions. So instead, this room was used for nursing mothers. Women who had entered jail pregnant and who gave birth in the jail. They had a little bit of added heat. We had 2 rooms at the end of each corridor with fireplaces, and they were used for the nursing mothers.
Oh, that's cool.
This is another room that was left untouched. This chain we recently rediscovered. Had been hidden away at the back of the dark room in the jail grounds, an old punishment cell where prisoners would be kept in darkness, like the glass house in military prisons. This is a 27-foot long, double-ended ball and chain.
Wow.
And we think this was the chain that was used to bring convicts from the toll booth to this jail in November of 1847.
Wow.
The other thing of interest in here, the Great Gaping Hole, this was part of a home guard exercise. When the building was in dereliction, just 10 years after it had been left, in fact less, the home guard, the civil defence volunteers, used this building as their base, as a training centre. And on one occasion, one weekend, 3 of them were locked into the cell and told to imagine they were in a bombed-out building, and they had to dig their way out. They used their entrenching tools, they dug up the flagstones, they started digging down. What nobody told them is that this wall goes down another 15 feet.
Oh, wow.
It has to, because it houses the inlet pipes for the ventilation shafts.
Oh, no.
There was no way, and it's founded on volcanic rock.
Wow. Yeah.
Stirling's old town is on a dormant volcano.
Right.
There is no way they were going to dig their way out. And the other thing of interest, this nasty object. Any idea? You may have had these in some of the Australian jails.
I don't think I've ever seen one, to be truthful.
Right. It's Apple's self-regulating hard labour machine.
Oh, the turning.
On here there would be a handle.
Right.
Here there would be a counter. And here, just on top, a little screw. You turned the screw, that tightened the gears inside, and the prisoner would spend as long as the guards decided. They'd be given a tally. That was anything between 40, and I think the highest number ever recorded was at Millwall Jail in London. That was 14,400 tonnes a day. Wow. And you had to turn it and turn it and turn it. And what purpose did it serve?
Just kept them occupied.
It exhausted them. It depressed them because they had the full and certain knowledge that it doesn't churn milk or wind rope or perform any practical purpose. you're turning this to achieve nothing.
Yeah.
And if you don't complete the required number of turns that would be on the little counter here, covered over with a hinge so that you couldn't see it, the next day you start at 1.
Oh, wow.
And because of the little screw on top and the power that gave the guards, prison officers are still known as screws. The reformers got rid of all of these when they started the separate system across Scotland. Frederick Hill, the prison inspector, hated them. William Brebner made a great show when he became the Bridewell governor of having them melted down. But when they went from having 1 prisoner in a cell this size to 4, they brought them back. There was no longer time to teach and train. The job of the jailer couldn't be as a tutor. It was entirely man management, keeping angry, hormonal, frustrated men from ripping the living daylights out of each other. That's the layout of the cell as it would have been as a military prison. We had various reports from paranormal groups over the years saying there's a spirit of a man with a fever. Now this ground floor, aside from the time when this was an army prison, was entirely occupied by women and children. Like jails all over the empire, like jails in most of the world, until the end of the 19th century, the age of criminal responsibility in Scotland was 6. Wow. Until 1886. We were 2 years ahead of the rest of the country from realising that locking up bairns was a barbaric idea. And they were also treated as adult prisoners. They would be taught to read and write. They would be taught a trade. This is the laundry for the jail. We were at the top of the tower, the debtors' room on the top, also the venereal disease clinic. All of these round rooms were compartmentalised. You can see the indentations and the marks on the roof and on the ceiling, where prisoners would have been kept separate. Even when engaged in a collective task like the laundry, they had no contact with other inmates. The only occasion under the separate system where prisoners were allowed contact with one another was if a prisoner, a younger prisoner, more likely than not, was depressed or they thought they might harm themselves if they were left alone. If so, then, like the classic British TV sitcom Porridge,
oh yes,
they would put the young buck in with an old lag who could keep them on, well, comparatively speaking, the straight and narrow and help them survive their time in jail. That was known as an accommodation. Yes, so this would have been compartmentalised. In here, where the boilers were and where the fireplace was, the water would be boiled, the clothes steeped and wrung out. The wringer was over here, and you can still see on the backs of this pillar an odd little shadow of the past, drying rods.
Oh.
This, our designer, thought would look terribly atmospheric because clothes lines would look good for the jail. We are getting these removed very, very soon. You are not going to give a prisoner a rope.
No.
Those who wouldn't harm themselves might possibly try to escape. Now, any other questions that you have?
No, that was
about
brilliant.
the jail?
Thank you so much indeed. I really appreciated that. Thank you for your time.
I hope you have a productive evening.
Thank you.
And enjoy your time in jail.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right, you still drag my way. You're going to have to stand this side then, aren't you?
Oh, okay.
Okay. So where we're standing now, this was some of the ladies' cells on the ground floor. The other thing that's interesting that's on the floor there. Why is that flashing over there? Does it normally flash like that?
No. I wonder if it's batteries are running out.
I'll replace that in a bit.
Right.
Just talk about this on the floor. So this is the floor still dug up. On the floor there, you can see there's a massive chain. I think it's around about 17 foot. It's got two big balls at the ends. This was found on the premises.
Right.
And they think it could have been used in the original jail, which was across the road, which is now a nightclub.
Okay.
And I think maybe it was used to bring the prisoners from there to here.
Right.
So I just thought that'd be something interesting. But that is definitely not playing up. It's playing up over there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Let me go and have a look.
I mean, I put all the batteries in these stuff when I first arrived, so that's how long those batteries have been in there.
All right, so I'm just going to change them then.
All right. I'll just do a little calling out while you're doing that.
Okay.
All right, so if there's anybody in here, my name's Alison. And that's Cag, who's just walked out the door there. If you can light any of these lights up, just let me know you're there. That would be much appreciated. Whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, prisoner. I know this was a women's section, but see, I can't see you and I can't hear you, so I do need you to let me know if you are there. Any of the lights. We can use the lights for a yes or a no. No? Nobody want to say anything? Oh, one of the lights went off. What was that next to? Now they're going off. Is that because Cag is coming back? Here she comes.
Oh,
Maybe you don't want her back. Light the lights up again if it was you don't want her here. You heard her coming. Lights weren't doing anything until you started coming down the hallway, and then
oh really?
they all lit up on the...
Maybe they thought it was a guard or something, or the matron.
I think they just know you're
What a bitch. Yeah, maybe.
an authoritative figure, I was going to say, Craig.
You're frightened of me. There's no need to be frightened of me. I'm going to put this musical box in the corner for you, all right? Just going to put my torch on so I don't stand on anything because it's a bit rough over here. Okay. So if you're in a place with some music, you're more than welcome to. And I thought if there's anybody from the army here, I put some rations down there for you.
Are you allowed to touch the balls?
Are you allowed to touch the balls? Why? They're there. There's nothing stopping you. Does it say, please do not touch the balls? Why do you want to touch them?
I don't know. I thought we could use them in some way.
Well, we can't move them because they're freaking heavy.
So I can't put them around your neck.
No.
Oh, you see, it wants to. Did you used to wear balls?
What?
To have them
Do
around
you
their
used
ankles.
to wear balls?
Oh, around their ankles.
Did you used to wear a ball and chain?
All ghosts have balls and chains.
Yeah, they do. All ghosts rattle the chains with them.
Exactly.
It's what
Maybe.
they forged in life, they carry in death.
Maybe we can rattle the chain and see if it'll copy. by rattling chains.
Have you tried picking that up?
Well, I didn't say you had to pick it up, just rattle it. Can you rattle a chain like this?
Can you do this? That's heavy. Can you do that for me, please? Can you make a noise with that chain? So if you're with us, anybody here, anybody from the American Army or any of the female prisons, anybody here that wants to talk to us, you're more than welcome to let us know you're here by just lighting up the light. Play a tune. Heard you had to do all the manual work, so you had to do all the washing and the cooking and things like that, didn't you? It's very quiet.
We're going to do a seg now.
Yeah, you're not going to talk to me. I'm not going to use this footage.
We're not going to use this episode.
Oh, actually, we're doing the EVP best.
Why not?
Why not? All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this little box on the floor, and if you could talk into it, we'd be really grateful. Just if you can answer our questions. Okay, what I might do is, can I put it on here? Save me having to lean over.
What, on the ball? Oh, no.
How's that?
Oh, yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
Ready-made.
Yeah. So is anybody here tonight? My name is Cag, and I know that's a really silly name. Can you tell me what your name is, please?
My name is Alison. That's not a silly name. Just wondering if you're one of the female prisoners that was in here.
Now I know we have English accents, but we're from a place called Australia, which you probably would have heard about back in when this place was built.
Some of you might have been sent there.
So I'll just let you know that yes, I am English as well, but my mum was Scottish. My mum was from Edinburgh. So is that a little bit more acceptable? We're going to go into the laundry next. You're going to follow us in there. Let's tell me about what job you used to do.
That was a long EVP. I think we forgot, didn't we?
Well, no, because
Oh, okay,
wasn't
you
too
did.
bad.
I forgot.
No, you wouldn't.
We're good. We're good to roll.
All right. That's it. Yeah. It's good, isn't it? Ready made. Yeah. Okay. So is everybody here tonight? My name is Cag, and I know that's a really silly name. Can you tell me what your name is, please?
Oh, music box.
My name is Alison.
Exciting.
Just wondering if you were one of the female prisoners who was in here. Now I know we have English accents, but we're from a place called Australia. Now I know we have English accents, but we're from a place called Australia. Now I know we have English accents, but we're from a place called Australia.
That's the third time we've had that.
Yeah,
Now I'm wondering if it's... On listening back to the two other occasions, I found the first one didn't sound anything like the tap we got on the microphone.
Maybe you're just passing through. Want to come and talk to us?
That sounded like...
Maybe you're just passing through. Want to come and talk to us?
We didn't tap anything.
No.
However, this second one does sound similar. Tap. That was over there. Let's see if it wasn't just a glitch on the speaker then. No, that's definitely on the recording. The strange thing is, we use these voice recorders day in, day out. And these are the only 2 occasions we have had a tap like this. However, we can't dismiss that it isn't the voice recorder. So if you've had or heard similar, post down below and let us know.
So,
Something natural with the voice recorder.
I just let you know that yes, I am English as well, but my mum was Scottish. My mum was from Edinburgh. So it's actually a bit more acceptable.
Take that as a no.
Unfortunately, I'm not 100% No.
Or should we run something in here? I don't know. Vox or something.
Okay.
All right, so if there's anybody here, this little box that Kag's holding, you might be able to manipulate it and say something through it. Oh, said something just as the light went off.
Oh my god.
What's the banging out there? Just turn it off. That's the second time I've heard a thud or a bang out here.
Let me just turn it off.
Keep going with it. No.
Okay. There's somebody in here.
There it is again.
It's not the nightclub next door, is it? Across the road.
It sounded wooden, like it was in the building. I'm just going to see if I can find. I'm just going to see if I can hear it from out here.
Okay. There's somebody in here. Can you tell me what your name is, please? Try really, really hard. Were you treated reasonably well in here? What are you doing?
I'm trying to see if it was a floor. It was a very dull boom, like that. I just had it then when I walked through. Hang on. There. That's it.
Okay.
But we weren't anywhere near it.
No, we're not.
That,
Yeah.
don't you think?
Yeah. So it vibrates through it.
Oh, there it is again. But it's not this floor.
Can you just say hello to us, please, if you're in here?
All right, well, we're going to say goodbye.
Yeah, we're going to leave you now in peace.
No, so nothing happening in here.
No. Oh well.
Very quiet.
Okay, well, we gave it a go. We came, we saw, we gave it a go, and now we're leaving.
I reckon we do the hallway first.
Do you want to try an Esther's?
Yeah. Try and get warm. I will be with you in a second. I'm just putting the layers on.
Oh, there's a moth. Is there anybody here that wants to talk to us? Any of the prison guards or the matrons? There's a lady at the end there, her name is Alison. She's got some funny things on her ears. If you go and talk to her, she'll be able to hear what you're saying. My name's Cag. What's your name?
Bert!
Bert, okay. Thought this was the ladies section, but no mind. Maybe there were men in here as well. Hi Bert, if that is you. Going with it at the moment because I don't have anything else to go with. Bert, were you a prisoner? Or were you a prison guard? A screw, whatever you like to call them. Let me move my feet.
Time!
What do you mean time? Are we here too late? Are all the prisoners now asleep? Is that what the issue is? Is that why you're not talking to us?
4.
4? What does 4 mean? What number cells are we? What's that one?
Mark!
4, there's 4 there. What that one is. So 4 is that one there. Who's Mark? Is there anything you want to tell me? Anything at all?
Looking.
Is that a whisper? Is anybody else here with us?
Leave.
I'd rather not leave. I'd rather stay if possible. By the way, guys, I heard that whispering, but that wasn't our host. It sounded near me. Our host is at that end of the building. Is somebody here with me that wants to talk?
Ted.
Oh, Ted. Hi, Ted. Do you want to talk to me? Music box. Does nobody want to talk to me at all? What about the whisperer? Do you want to whisper to me? Hoping that caught that.
Fight.
Were you in one of the many, many battles that are here? Were you here before, in the time before the castle was built? Oh, we're not getting much, are we?
Room now.
Well, she's either got her eyes tightly closed or she's possessed. One or the
It's
other.
just nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nah.
I had
Anything?
a voice behind me, a whisper.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it couldn't have been Ona because she's in front of us.
Yeah.
but it sounded as though it was behind me, and it wasn't the ghost box. It's a female.
Oh, wow.
So, it'd be interesting to see if it caught it.
You've got 2 cameras running, so that would be interesting. Because there's nothing coming out of that.
No. Just getting myself warm by the fire, this is.
You're getting yourself warm by the fire. There's no getting warm by the fire.
But it's cold!
No, come on. You need to get some work done. Work makes you a productive human being.
I only stole a loaf of bread because my family was starving.
I don't care. The law states that you have to do work. Oh, and the lights went off and I wasn't looking at them.
Well, have I got to wash the washing for the whole of the...
What is that?
It's a dolly.
It's a what?
It's a dolly.
What's a dolly?
It's what they used to do the washing with.
Well,
Used to do that.
now you see that's what makes you so useful as a human being, because you know what washing
So they
is.
used to do this pommel. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to damage it. But pommel the washing. Does
No.
that go off again?
All right, woman. Get your
Well,
work done.
I'm working. I'm trying to get these clothes. Oh, there's so much to do though.
Well, that's not good enough, is it?
Well, it's not, because I don't see why I should do everybody else's laundry. It's not all mine.
Because the law states you must be of a useful human being.
Well, you're just standing there. Can you be a useful human being?
I'm being very useful because I'm watching.
Oh, okay.
I'm making sure it's done properly.
Well, this isn't fair.
My job is to make sure all you women are doing their work.
But it's hard work.
I'm just paid to stand here.
Yeah, can I have your job?
Well, no, you stole a loaf of bread. I didn't.
You could afford to buy a loaf of bread.
Well, that's not my fault. If you work harder in life, you would be able to afford a loaf of bread. Why are you putting that down? You haven't finished.
Because I'm going to use this.
What?
See where you get all the marks off them. And you rub it on here. That's how you get the marks off.
Don't smile at me.
Sorry.
You're not supposed to smile at your guards.
I'm like, did you ever do history at school? Excuse me, miss, did you ever do history at school?
Not when it came to cleaning.
Because it's like, everybody knows about the dolly and the dolly tub and then...
I've never heard of a dolly.
And then this.
Never heard of a dolly or a dolly tub.
Probably people used to use these as an instrument, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just cleaning, getting all the marks out.
Well,
Is there a song I could sing whilst we do this? Whistle.
I will give you permission to sing.
Okay.
If you can think of one.
Um,
Rub your clothes up and down the dolly.
It's not, this isn't
What's that one? Rub-a-dub-dub.
3 Men in the Tub.
No, it's probably not it either, is it? Why the 3 men in the tub?
I don't...
I'm just asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. Okay, so... It's hard work, ladies, doing this, isn't it? Isn't this hard work?
It looks like pathetic work, look at it.
I can't think of... Oh, I know.
What?
Can I get down? It's hurting my back. Ow. Got a dodgy knee. Can you still sing it?
Yep.
Okay. Working 9 till 5. What a way to make a living. That's the only one I can think of.
Working
9 till 5. It's what a way to make a living.
That's all we know, isn't it?
Yeah. Come on, ladies, can you help? Need help doing this washing. It's a lot of washing to do, and she's just stood there.
I'm not a prisoner
Like a
here. I
useless
am
snob.
I'm
stand there.
you'd be in big trouble. You keep it up, lady, and I will put you in chains.
Oh, promises.
Work harder.
What other song can we sing that's to do with work?
I don't know any. Usually we've got a song for everything.
I know.
Jolene, Jolene, Jolene. That's a dolly.
I'm begging of you, please don't break my heart. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Yeah. But we have
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Whoa! I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Did you like that? Is that why you set the lights off suddenly?
okay. Let me get up because it's hurting me. Ow! 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 So now I've got one dodgy knee, one sore knee that's been kneeling on the floor. Okay.
Maybe we could swap roles as well and tried.
Can
Maybe.
you do that?
Yeah, maybe they'll take pity on me. I could be a typical female prisoner.
Okay. All right, come on, get your work done.
What work?
You got to clean. You got to wash the. You got to wash
Why
the
do I
clothes.
have to clean?
You got to clean. That's what it's your job now.
You're gonna
You
make-
have a job.
No, I don't want to clean.
Well, you're going to have to because otherwise there's going to be punishments.
And what are you going to do about it?
I'm going to chain you up and I'm going to get hold of one of your ears. I'm going to nail that ear to a door.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You and whose army?
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
It was a bit
Yeah.
stroppy then.
Yeah? Huh? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Come on.
Come on. No?
Otherwise you're going to get branded. You're going to get the cat of nine tails.
How many cats?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's cat of nine tails, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's right. I was like, did I get that wrong? No, come on. Lazy bitch.
I don't work at home. So what do? I don't know. I don't do work. I just steal shit.
Well, that's your problem, isn't it? Maybe
Is
you
this
did
for
work
cleaning?
for a living.
Is this for cleaning toilets?
Bob it up and down. That's better. You see, you can manage it, can't you? You're looking really...
Does that mean I don't have to do this now?
No. Now you can put that back. and now
I've
you
finished.
can
I think
scrub
I've
it.
finished.
No, you haven't. You now you've got to scrub it.
I can't.
You can.
I can't get my hands.
That's what you're going to do
I
next.
can't get my hands dirty because they'll fall off. They shrivel.
If you... Yeah, it's funny how they work for pinching stuff though, isn't it?
There you go, I've done it.
All of it. All has to be done. It
What?
needs to be spotless. Get that carbolic soap on there and rub it away.
Okay. Can any ladies help me with this? I don't do this. I'm from a high-end family. I have servants for this.
So why are you pinching stuff then?
because I like to. I'm being a bit of a rebel. He wants me to marry a man.
Right. What's wrong with that?
He's a very strange man,
Right.
and I don't love him.
It's not about love, it's about money.
I thought it'd be better in here.
How long are you here for?
I'm here for a year.
Okay. That's really crazy.
Oh, God. Is that a sack of potatoes?
Sorry?
Is that a sack of potatoes?
No, that's more laundry. Because you're so freaking slow, it's piling up. That's the problem.
Well, we need some ladies to help us out, don't we?
We do. What about any other song we could sing while we do the work? How about onward Christian soldiers marching off to war with the cross of Jesus going on before. No, not that one.
No?
Okay.
Kagamere English.
What?
Kagamere English, which is probably why we're getting nothing.
Yeah, we're English. What do you think to that? I'm proud to say I'm English. Does that make things worse? I've got Scottish roots. My mum was Scottish. Most of my family relations, put it that way, are Scottish.
I'm disappointed you don't want to talk to us.
Oh, we tried to do your washing for you. We have tried really hard to do your washing. Well, I'm very disappointed. I thought the ladies here would be able to help us out tonight and do something for us. Light up some lights, make a noise. But no. It's been very quiet, isn't it?
It has. We could go for a walk around with, I don't know.
Well, we can't because we haven't got anything on that one. Oh, light all lit up. Do you want to go up to the other cells?
Yes, let's.
Okay.
We'll just go for a little look around and see if anything's happening.
Okay. We'll go up in the lift.
Should we go up the stairs? Just go floor by floor.
Right.
No. Okay.
It's the same. Oh my god.
Fuck's sake.
So I need to go down there, don't we?
Right.
Into the next one below.
Okay.
I think there's one where we went to before. Where you can look up at there. His idea was it to use the stairs. There's a lift here, it's so much better. We walked all the way up there to get the lift back down.
We
again.
did. We did. So. Okay. Let's go.
John.
Jana.
Anna. Tom. Is that a John with us tonight? Can you just confirm that for me, please?
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. That said I'm beautiful. I know it did. Don't you mock.
Not making up your own narrative at all either.
It did. If you think it said I'm beautiful, don't forget to put your comments down below. No, if you don't say something soon, we're going to go. Move on to the next one.
It's tiny.
It's tiny.
Just looked at your face and now.
What's tiny? Really?
Really tiny.
It's really tiny.
Say your name.
All right, we're going to keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
See if anybody else wants to talk to us.
Oh, it's got chairs in this one.
Oh,
Even better.
oh, yeah. Okay. Come sit with us.
There's a chair here for you. Oh,
We're all right now.
Visiting.
We are visiting. So how do you feel about having two girls in your cell? Two ladies.
yeah, a bit much saying girls.
I know, that's what I thought afterwards. Two old bags in your cell.
For that, sir.
Did you have any family? Did you have a wife or children?
What we're waiting for.
Excuse my coughing.
Are you rumbling?
Did you hear that? There's a cough on there.
Are you rumbling?
Me?
My chair is vibrating.
No.
You're joking.
No.
My chair is vibrating.
Mine isn't. Still doing?
Not as strong. It was like you doing this.
No. I moved my leg, but I mean...
No, that was a like
a...
a... I honestly thought your legs were vibrating.
No.
That was weird. If you didn't have it as well.
It'd be nice if you could talk to us. If you just try really, really hard.
We're all ears. Well, not all of it.
No.
Because that would look silly
It
to
would look
ears
silly,
sitting
wouldn't it?
here, wouldn't it? Where did that come from, that saying?
Probably aliens.
We're all ears.
Well, aliens got
Because if we're all the ears, we'd just be a massive big earlobe
Exactly.
sitting in this chair.
Maybe it was an elephant. They've got big ears.
But they've still got a body, they're not all
Well, I know
ears.
that, yeah, but they've got big ears.
Can you hear footsteps out there?
Let's keep
That's Pete.
Is
the
there?
Swansea out.
He comes from Swansea. Hey! Can't you hear the knocking
I
out there?
heard something out there.
Lucy.
Who's outside? Where do you come from? Sound like bored. Where are you from? I could hear that knocking by the door again. Is that you? Okay, that's our time at Stirling Old Jail.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's been, I mean, maybe because tonight, I must admit, tonight I'm not feeling the best. So
No.
I'm a bit flat, as you might have noticed from the episode when you get to see it.
Well, they would have seen it by now because this is the ending.
Well, this is true.
So
You would have seen.
a little bit absent.
I was a little
Well,
bit absent here and
which-
there, and
Which I have been another one, so.
my turn tonight to just feel off. And maybe that's got a lot to do with it. All right, we're going to go. There is tapping in the room.
Oh my God.
We're
So
going
what, do you know what I think that is?
What?
It's probably the central heating.
Do you reckon?
I think it might be. It's the ghost of the central heating of
Oh
the past.
my God. All right, we're going.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.
Now, you know what you are? You're trouble. I know your type, you're a villain through and through, and one of these days I might have to brand you with a hot iron seared into your flesh, leaving a mark for all to see, so we'd know you were trouble if you ever came back to Stirling. Failing that, I'd give you a scourging, and I'd whip you through the streets of the town with a cat o' nine tails. But even better were the jugs. Heavy iron manacles locked tightly around your neck, leaving you to the mercy of the mob and our fine Scottish weather too. I don't know which fate's worse personally. But then there's my favourite bit. I'd take you ever so gently by your ear, lead you down Broad Street, and I'd nail you with a rusty pin to the toll booth door and watch as with your hands tied behind your back you had to slowly tear your tattered flesh free. But I think we all get the point, eh? I'll set you free, my friend. You can rejoin the audience and a wee round of applause for our willing victim.